All right, guys, today is a good day. When I'm recording this, and every day afterwards, well, as long as the show actually comes out, is a good day. It is a good day because today marks the day that Ted Lasso Season 4 has been confirmed. Now, I know on this YouTube channel that the vast majority of us, myself included, are primarily interested in talking about comic book movies, superhero movies, some of the more, I'm not going to say prestigious shows, but things like your Severances and the Penguins and Andors, but also your Miss Marvels, Agatha All-Longs, and Andors and Rogue Squadrons and Rogue Ones and all these sorts of things. And it's fun. It's fun to talk about Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, etc., etc. But there are other shows that I just don't get a chance to talk about too much that I love, I adore. In fact, most of my top favorite shows of all time are not shows that we ever really talk about. Some of them are. For example, Stranger Things exists in and around the top 10 of my favorite shows of all time. In fact, probably top 5. A show like Kim's Convenience that I've referenced several times in talking about Simu Liu, because that's where he really got his first big role, is another show that I absolutely love. So that's another great show. Other shows like Sherlock, I really love. We don't really talk about Sherlock. And of course, sitcoms like Friends and a show like Shrinking. That I decided, you know what, we got to make an entire other segment about it because I love Shrinking and I'm watching Severance right now. So there are a lot of great shows. And Ted Lasso exists in that realm where it's a show that, I didn't, review every single episode that came out or whatever. And there just isn't a whole lot of reason to talk about it these days because we thought it was over. But Ted Lasso is one of those shows that just leaves a lasting mark. And I agree with most people that season 3 was the weakest season by far out of the other 3. Doesn't matter. It's Ted Lasso. I've said this before. My philosophy, my mindset with TV shows is that unlike movies, where movies, you're in the room, you're locked in, you're sitting there for 2 hours or hour and a half or 3 hours or whatever, and you're like, okay, let's see how this unfolds. And after it's done. And you move on, right? But TV shows, you're not obligated to sit there and watch the rest of the season. The show has to captivate you. And how does it captivate you? Characters. How does it captivate you? Heart. Tension, emotion. And Ted Lasso has all the heart. It has such joy. I think Shrinking, I like Shrinking a little bit more because Shrinking is just, it digs deeper than Ted Lasso, but Ted Lasso has that joy and optimism and brightness that Shrinking has too, but Ted Lasso has it in spades. Anyways, those are my personal thoughts. But Ted Lasso ended season 3 and we all thought, it looks like it's the end. If you guys watched the end of Ted Lasso season 3, it just seemed like it was over. And then whispers started to come out. I made a segment a few months ago saying, well, it looks like Ted Lasso might be coming back. And Hannah Waddington and Brendan Hunt and other actors who were from the previous seasons of Ted Lasso looked like they were signing back on. And it is official now. It is official because the last thing that they were waiting for, it seemed like, was Jason Sudeikis, the creator, executive producer, and obviously the star, Ted Lasso himself. It looked like they were waiting for him to come back if he ever was going to, and he did. He did. And this is an official statement. It's not like an offhand interview of him saying, oh yeah, we might come back. This is an official statement. This is about as official can get. This is what the statement says. Quote, as we all continue to live in a world where so many factors have conditioned us to, quote, look before we leap. In season 4, the folks at AFC Richmond learned to leap before they look, discovering that wherever they land, it's exactly where they're meant to be. I don't know how he was able to capture the spirit of Ted Lasso in 3 sentences or whatever it is, but he did. That's beautiful. It's emotional. It's the joy. It's the optimism that Ted Lasso brings. So I am so excited to talk about the fact that Ted Lasso season 4 is going to happen. It's probably not going to come out for probably a year and a half or so, just depending on how long it takes for them to shoot. I think the articles are now pointing to the fact that it will be, they're going to start casting and they're going to start filming probably, I don't know if it's going to be this year, but hopefully soon. And then we'll get a season 4 hopefully next year. I'm really hoping 2026 we'll see the return of Ted Lasso. But guys, it's rare because I see news that excites me, right? Fantastic Four trailer drops or Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, and it excites me. But movie news and television news and blockbuster news rarely makes me this happy. I'm really, really happy. So, guys, what do you think about the news that Ted Lasso season 4 is officially confirmed? What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments down below.